either Atherton or Thales. Thales. Maybe I should explore the north area first. Oh, and welcome to this episode. I forgot to say greetings to everyone. Oh yeah, the captain said I should check in with the Vanguard keep if I had some time, so let's see what happens. You approach the great fortress of the Vanguard Order, its ancient and intimidating black stone structures towering over you, their height rivaled only by the distant snow-capped mountains raised against the horizon. After some thorough questioning at the main gate, a pair of guards escort you into the keep's grand hall to await an audience with the Vanguard's commander. At your side, Alaric glances around at the statue-like soldiers positioned along the walls, their narrowed eyes fixed upon you with hands resting on the hilts of their swords. He leans in with a joking smile and whispers, "I suppose one should take a measure of comfort from their presence, but I dare say it's having the opposite effect on me." You peer toward the far side of the room as you hear a click, followed by the groaning of wood, as a pair of sturdy iron-bound doors are pushed aside by an older man who strides out to meet you, the soldiers all saluting as he passes them by. "Welcome, I'm Owain, commander of the Vanguard Order." He smiles faintly, but his eyes remain serious. "I'm told you were of great help to our garrison in Andilon recently, and that you've come to assist in our upcoming campaign." My response is, "Captain Huford in Andilon said you could use all available help." Excuse me. "Indeed we could. The task is dangerous and we expect to suffer many losses regardless of success." Alaric raises a curious brow, thumbing at his chin. "What exactly does this mission entail?" Owen regards you thoughtfully for a moment, and just as he goes to speak, a muffled horn blast pierces through the quiet instead. His eyes narrow as he fixates on something behind you, and you turn to see a soldier bursting into the hall. "Commander, hundreds of blighted are fast approaching." Commander grumbles out a curse. "Damn it, inform every officer. I want all available troops, recruits included, positioned and made ready to fend off those wretches." The soldier nods and takes off just as quickly as he arrived. Owen turns to you, fingers tensely gripping the pommel of his sword. "It seems your timing couldn't be better. Or worse, depending on your perspective. We could use your help on the battlefield, though. What do you say?" "We'll help. But horde of blighted? Here? "We can speak of it after we've defeated them." He glances at his guards and tilts his head towards the exit. "Soldiers of the Vanguard, with me!" I fight! Okay, I think this is good enough. Oh, it's a lot of them. Shit, I don't have don't have piercing. Okay, that's a mental note. Piercing is good against these guys. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Okay, nice. Crit. Nice one, idiot. Oh, nice. Crit. Goodbye. Ouch. Ooh, ouch. Nice. Good job, fellas. Okay, I need to repair the buckler. And the chorus of ringing steel dies down as the last of the blighted are driven off or put down. You frown out across the snowy plains, blood and bodies everywhere, and exhale with relief that it's over. Easing through a loose crowd of soldiers, Owen makes his way over to your position, his grey beard spattered with specks of dark blood. We've not seen the last of them. His head swivels around, glimpsing the carnage. Damned wretches are always wandering down here, though not usually in that great a number. He extends his gauntleted hand, and you grasp it in a firm handshake. Your help is appreciated. He glances around at your companions. You certainly handle yourselves well. And where did these blighted come from? As you may know, the city of Wielden was lost to the Scourge many years ago. The dragon struck during a harsh winter, one of the worst ever, in fact. The air was so cold and the snows so deep that it made traveling to and from the city an impossible task. Suffice to say, we could not help as we usually would. He pauses in reflection, heaving out a great sigh. The majority of the city turned blighted, and those who hadn't either died at their hands or died in the freezing snows trying to reach safety, to reach us. We can't say for certain how many blighted remain up north, but judging by today's attack, it is likely no small number. About that job. As I was saying earlier, it is a dangerous one. We intend to venture north in an effort to eliminate all the blighted and reclaim what remains of Wielden in the process. We are holding out hope that some survivors can be found, though it seems unlikely. Given what's happened here, however, we will need some additional time to prepare. I do have another task for you in the meantime, if you're up to it. What is it? I'm interested. We often send out scouting parties to track the movements of the blighted. They haven't returned yet, which is why this particular attack caught us by surprise. At this point, I am fearing the worst, but I need to be sure of their fates, and to give them a proper funeral if possible. Any idea where to start looking? I'll mark it on your map. Their trail shouldn't be too hard to pick up in the snow. You travel this far north, aside from the Blighted and the Nomads. Nomads? Not all Nurens live in cities. Some nomadic tribes still roam the north like their ancestors of old, though we tend to stay out of each other's way and have a tentative peace. Still, I'd be careful out there. How many scourges have you lived through? All of them. He frowns, deep lines creasing his face. I'm not as young as I appear, you know. Just how old are you? I'm afraid you wouldn't believe me, Owen smiles faintly. That's a tale for another time, perhaps. Okay, third question. What do you know of the dragon? More than most, which unfortunately still amounts to little. We struggle to understand its true origin, purpose, or how to defeat it. He looks down and sighs, his warm breath visible against the cold. I'm afraid the best we can do is manage the fallout that comes with it. Tell me of the Blighted. I'm sure there's little I can share that you don't already know. They are but beasts, their minds and bodies both ravaged by the dragon's blight. His eyes dart around the battlefield, the abominations of flesh being tossed into various piles, no doubt to be burned. Fortunately, they are killed just the same as any man. I understand you have some type of cure? I wish that were the case. We possess a serum that can slow the transformation, but it is far from a cure, and our supply is sadly limited. We can only give it to those who swear an oath and commit their final years to our order. Some may look down on us for that, but we have little choice these days. Wielden has been lost for some time. Why wait so long? Sadly, the state of our order does not live up to its rich history. Young men and women nowadays would sooner fight in the wars of humanity than join the Vanguard. And who can blame them? Man is not so fierce an opponent compared to demons and Blighted. He gives a grim snort. And above all, the nobles of Calum pay far better for one's service. To put it plainly, our order has lacked the manpower. Were it not for the serum and our employ of Blighted, we would struggle to effectively protect the realm. There's a twisted irony in that, I suppose. We'll do our best to find them. Okay, let's see if we can find that missing patrol. Grim news, sir. The city of Graveswood has unfortunately been overrun by the Void Spawn. I'm told it was an utter massacre. Neighboring cities are taking in some of the survivors that managed to escape. As for the rest, we can only hope their deaths were quick. That is terrible news. Alright, after trekking through the snow for quite some time, you finally pick up on someone's trail and follow it to a small campsite nestled between a few trees. From a distance, you're unable to make out any signs of life through the blowing snow. The only motion is from the canopy of a tent whipping around in the harsh winds. As you approach, you spot large pools of blood frozen on top of the snow, and you trace it to a pair of deceased Vanguard soldiers that failed to get away from whoever attacked them. Looks like we found them. Even if some managed to survive this attack, they likely did not get far. Poor souls, Eelwyn says. The wind suddenly dies down in an eerie moment of quiet, and from a nearby forest you hear the distinct crunching of feet on snow, the sound multiplying rapidly and growing louder. A moment later, a group of Blighted clear the tree line, rushing straight toward you. To arms! Ah, nice. fuck? Oh, come on. I think I got this. Ugh. Damn. That was tough. You glance back to the forest as the last of the blighted gets cut down. Your heart sinking as dozens of fur-clad figures emerge from the tree line with weapons drawn. We need to get out of here. Wait a moment. The fighters hold station as they stare you down. From the back of their ranks, a large man adorned in fine furs steps through them and into the clearing. Much to your relief, he signals his companions to stand down, following up the gesture with a bark of orders in a language foreign to you. With a smirk, he turns to address you. "This is a dangerous place. What business do you have up here?" "We were searching for a missing Vanguard patrol." His eyes narrow as he glances towards the camp. Seems you found them, and a little more than you bargained for as well. We've been tracking this group of blighted for a while. There would have been more of them, but we've been thinning their numbers over the past few days." He gestures towards the slain blighted around you. "These stragglers should be the last of them." Do you commonly hunt them down?" The chief replies, "Only when they threaten our territory. Otherwise, it's not worth the risk." And my reply is, "In that case, you should help us clear out and retake Wielden. I'm sure Commander Owen would appreciate the help of your tribe." Perhaps. We may not always see eye to eye, but we do share a common enemy." The Nurin chieftain turns, conversing with those closest to him in their native tongue. "Tell Owain we're willing to assist. Come by our camps when you're ready. He knows how to find us." "We'll do that. Thank you." As the nomads depart, you turn to your companions, signaling them to wrap up and load the bodies of the Vanguard soldiers. "At least we'll have some good news to share with the bad. We should return at once." Okay, you're strong, and so I'll keep you. You return to the fort with the bodies of the deceased scouts. After handing them over, you're taken to see the commander in the Grand Hall. "I understand you found them, though the outcome is as I feared," he sighs. "Thank you for returning their bodies. They are deserving of a proper send-off. Of course, we also ran into some of the nomads you spoke of." Commander raises a brow. "Oh, no trouble, I hope." "Chief, on the contrary, Chief Ulrig says they'll help us take Wielden." The commander looks almost stunned, unwilling to believe it. "Really? We've failed to convince them in the past. The blighted must be making more frequent incursions into their territory. Did he have any terms?" "None that he shared. He's asked us to link up at their camp when we're ready. He said you'd know the way?" "I do indeed. We're just about ready to depart. We'd best get there before they change their mind. It wouldn't be the first time. Just show us the way." Yikes. Well, 28 years remaining, so don't think I need to do this right now. It's 4 skulls, recommended level 12 plus. So... not today.